Alright, here are the trailer bed extensions. They're almost completed. We've got 4 of them. 2 for the back, which they're shorter, 85.5 inches long, and then 2 for the front, which is longer. And I had to break them up into sections because you have to go past the wheel well on the trailer on either side. Now the way these were made, as you can see, they're just a 3-layer sandwich of 2x lumber. So these are 1.5 inches thick each, gives us a total of 4.5 inches wide. We're going to have these on either side, so it's going to give us 9 inches extra width on our trailer bed, which is about 82 inches. So that's 91 inches for the entire, basically subfloor of the house. And these are 2x, but they're actually a non-nominal dimension. They're 6 inches exactly. I cut them because the trailer seat channel is exactly 6 inches. So they're not 2x6s, they would be called, I guess, because 2x6s are 5.5 inches tall. So they're slightly non-standard because they're just custom. And the way I made them is I ripped 2x8s down the center with a circular saw. It's pretty easy to do. I just drew a line and I just offhanded it. Didn't take very long. Made a lot of sawdust. But this is the lumber from the trailer deck itself that I pulled off. And the way these are going to be attached to the trailer is using these 1/2 inch galvanized steel bolts. They're going to run through at each one of these junctions. You can see here, here. These are all 24 inches on center. So every 24 inches is just going to be a support, and they're going to be tightened down. You can see on the end here, this is 24 inches on center. This is just an end block that I put here to terminate the beam, and done that on these ones over here as well. And what this is going to let us do, it gives us that extra width, so we get about 7 inches, or about 7 feet 1 inch inside our tiny house. And so the wall, the reason I have these cavities is I can put insulation in them, and it also lightens these extensions a little bit. Put some foam insulation, make it a little more efficient, less bridging. You can see here, if this was a bottom plate for the wall, it's going to sit directly on like this, and then you'll have your sheathing that'll come down this extension and the siding. That'll help tie everything together, and then you'll have your studs coming up from the bottom plate here, and then the internal wall is going to be right here. So this is going to be supporting, these extensions are going to be supporting both the roof and the walls, because I use collar ties, so the gable end walls are not load bearing. And part of the reason we're using these galvanized fasteners is because it's an exterior application, but also these are pressure treated boards. So, you know, if you used ordinary steel, they would rust or corrode the bolts very, very quickly. So we want to avoid that. So the entire house is basically going to be supported by these bolts, these steel bolts. And I calculated out the strength, and it's plenty.